Hello, welcome back. My name is Caitlin and I'm a lover of all things beauty. Today I wanted to talk about sales, and I think it's a pretty apt time considering the Sephora sale is coming up. Right now they're also doing, Sephora does it because Ulta does it, I believe, but Ulta's 21 days of beauty where every day there's different stuff that's 50% off. And then there's another thing that I noticed. It was maybe about a month ago, but I wanted to touch on that also. So this is all around sales and beauty sales specifically. So if you didn't know, I started my YouTube channel in 2023 because I had made a goal to do a no-buy year. And I started the YouTube to sort of document my progress and like my thoughts and feelings along the way. Also as an avenue to make using the products that I already have fun and exciting and finding new ways to use things, etc., etc. And if you also don't know, I only made it 9 months of the year not buying anything due to certain circumstances. My cat died, which sort of triggered me wanting to buy things. I've known, but it also emphasized or like reinforced that shopping is a coping mechanism for me. So if I'm sad, stressed, angry, whatever, I tend to just want to go shopping. And so that's sort of what prompted me ending my no-buy. But along those 9 months, I learned a lot about my shopping behaviors, and I did a lot to curb those and really take stock and notice when I was starting to like go down the road of sort of negative shopping behaviors. One of the things that I did leading up to my no-buy and in preparation is unsubscribing from a lot of emails from brands and stores and things like that, just so that I'm not like inundated with emails every day talking about sales like that are going on all the time. One thing that must have slipped through, or like, you know how sometimes if you unsubscribe from something, then a little bit later, like you get another email and it's like, wait a second, I thought I unsubscribed from this. One of those brands for me is Fit Glow Beauty. I've still been getting emails from them, and really what I need to do is just unsubscribe from them again. But so the one thing that sort of prompted me to want to make this video is that I got an email and they were doing a 1-minute sale. So in the email, they were encouraging everyone to load up their cart with everything that they were wanting, and when the clock struck 4 o'clock or whatever it was, for exactly 1 minute, you would get a discount. I can't remember if it was 40% or maybe 20%. The discount amount is kind of irrelevant for this discussion, like even if it was 40%, whatever, but for only a minute, the discount code would work, or maybe there wasn't a code, I don't know. But for 1 minute only, you would get a discount for your cart. And I was like, if that is not triggering a scarcity mentality and like unhealthy shopping behaviors, like I don't know what is. Like, I don't know, that just like, it really struck in my mind of like, what are we doing here? A 1-minute sale? Really? Like, I can kind of understand sometimes there's like 24-hour sales or 48-hour sales or whatever, but 1 minute? Come on. And then like shortly thereafter, another email came through saying like, the site crashed, so we're gonna extend it for like another 1 minute thing. I don't know, that just kind of like irked me. So I've tried their lip oil, gloss things, whatever, and they're fine. And I tried their concealer, it was fine, but the products themselves, in my opinion, are not worth the price. I think a lot of times brands, especially if they're like an indie brand, it's almost like they, because they're an indie brand, they have an excuse that they can charge more. I I don't know. I think pricing on a lot of products in general are always skewed way higher than they need to be. But especially for a brand that you can only order online and there's no returns and you're ordering color cosmetics, like the pictures on the website are never going to 100% accurately display what the color is. So already you're kind of taking a gamble, and taking a gamble on products that are as expensive as Fitglow or whatever, insert beauty brand here. I just think it's a really, I don't, like, it's not a good system. Or maybe it's just me. Am I the problem? It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. So maybe I just know that I'm not going to be a shopper of some of these brands. I don't know. So anyways, long rant tangent about Fitglow Beauty over. Seeing that email about the 1 minute sale sort of prompted me to think about the other sales that are happening, and I wanted to talk a little bit about them. So maybe this is just going to be a video of me ranting about sales, but something else that has kind of been irking me is right now the Ulta brand is doing 21 days of beauty or whatever it is, where every day there's a certain select group of products that are 50% off. Something that there's pros and cons, I suppose. The pro is that I believe they release all of the products that are going to be 50% off on any given day. I think at the beginning of the sale what day certain products will be 50% off. So if there's a certain product that you're wanting or needing a restock of or whatever, it's good to know what day that will be 50% off so that you can get that discount. 50% off is a great discount, especially for something that you were maybe already looking at getting, or if it's a skincare product and you need a restock of it. I think having a 50% discount is great. What annoys me about the 1 day thing is that maybe there's 3 things that you're wanting or needing, but they're 50% off on 3 different days. Unless you're going to the store on each of those separate days, which if you have a full-time job, that's kind of not feasible to do, or at least in terms of like me and my full-time job and how I schedule my life, like going to a store 3 separate days in any given week, I'd rather use that time to do other things. But if you're going to be placing online orders on those 3 separate days, depending on the store and the brand and like what level loyalty customer you are, you might not get free shipping, or you only get free shipping if you spend a certain amount. In my shopping behaviors, and especially in the past, I generally will fill a cart to get the free shipping depending on what the shipping is, especially since I feel like shipping costs have increased so much lately. I mean, cost of everything has increased, but shipping specifically, I feel like is now like up to $15. Like some of the indie brand orders that I've placed recently, shipping has been up to $15. So if you're wanting 3 separate things on 3 separate days, potentially having to pay that $15 or $10 shipping for 3 different orders, that's sometimes the cost of another product. Can't you just make everything 50% off for the full 21 days? There's a thought. I understand that it's a marketing ploy, and some would even say gimmick of it's obviously driving customers to your brand and to your stores. It's just a little bit frustrating coming from someone who has had issues with shopping in the past and what I deem to be unhealthy shopping behaviors. I just think it's really easy for people to fall into the hype around sales and thinking that you need to be buying all of this stuff because there's a sale, or thinking that you need to be placing large orders when there is just one thing that's 50% off because you don't want to have to pay the shipping. So I totally understand, and I'm not immune to falling into the trap of these types of sales. I've recently been placing a lot of orders for indie brand eyeshadow palettes and just indie brands in general. So Unearthly Cosmetics, around the holidays they were doing 50% off, so I bought quite a few things during that sale. More recently they did a 50% off warehouse sale, and I ended up buying a lot more of the lip products because in the original sale I bought a couple lip products and I realized that I liked the formula of them. So when they were offering the 50% off again, I placed an order for more lip products. So I'm certainly not immune to sale tactics, but to me 50% off is very different than only getting 20% off, which brings me to talking about the Sephora sale, which is coming up soon. So the Sephora sale that happens twice a year, and depending on your level of insider, you would get 10, 15, or at most 20%. Now, me as a high spending shopper of Sephora, I do get the 20% off because I am a VIB Rouge member. But for a lot of people, you're only getting 10 or 15% off. To me, that's not enough of a discount to go hog wild. Even 20% isn't. And I've fallen into that in the past, which is, again, why I am a VIB Rouge member, because I tend to get sucked into the sales thinking that I need a bunch of stuff because it happens to be 20% off. I've fallen into it, so I completely understand. But I want to encourage everyone out there that just because a sale is going on doesn't mean you need to place an order. So with the upcoming sale, there are a couple things that I need to restock for skincare. So I will be placing a order, but I am going to try really hard to control myself and not buy a bunch of stuff that I don't need. Makeup, I'm never going to need anything. I have so much makeup and so I won't ever need anything, but there are some new releases that I want to try, and I think having a discount is a good time to get those things if you were already going to buy them in the first place. So for me, for the Sephora sale, I do have a cartload of things right now, and before the sale hits, I will go in and narrow it down to the things that I, one, need, if it's skincare or something, and two, the stuff that I would have been willing to spend full price on if there wasn't a sale. Everything else I will take out of my cart before I actually make a purchase. All right, hopefully that wasn't too rambly. I know it was a little bit ranty, but I just want to emphasize that don't fall into the sales hype, especially for sales that are only up to 20% off. In the grand scheme, if you do the math, that's not that much money off. If something is having a 50% off sale, I think that's a great time to buy something if you're going to get it already. But especially 10% off. Don't feel the need to spend a lot of money on a sale if you're only getting 10% off. Chances are the brands themselves will do a higher discount on their actual website anyways. So just keep that in mind. I know it's kind of a sale season right now, but try not to get overwhelmed. I know I'm trying to take my own advice and not getting overwhelmed in all the sales. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's have a discussion in the comments about sales, and is there anything out there that sort of gets you into thinking about this stuff? Is there one particular instance that made you think oh, yeah, it is a tactic. It is trying to suck me in. I definitely don't need that. Let's have a discussion. I would love to in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.